Okay, we're back in USA now. This is TTS Daily with Yi, okay? Apple has agreed to pay $95 million to settle a lawsuit claiming that Siri violated user privacy by recording conversations without consent. The lawsuit was filed in Oakland, California and needs approval from Judge Jeffrey White. It covers the period from September 17, 2014 to December 31st, 2024, starting when Siri introduced the Hey Siri feature. Users claim that Siri recorded private conversations when accidentally activated and shared this information with third parties like advertisers. How many times has it been? Apple with Hey Siri or Google with OK Google? It would just be triggered even before me saying the word Google. I just said the word OK and it started recording.
Sure, I can help with this. First, please unlock your phone.
Did we get that? Okay, so now you all know. Okay, but to be fair, I have an Android phone and I did say the word OK Google, but okay, so anyway. Examples includes ads appearing after discussing Air Jordan sneakers or even showcasing you your favorite restaurants that you might have mentioned, okay? I mean, how many times has it happened to us? We talk about something in a chat group, we talk about something with our friend. The next thing you know, when we're browsing the net, we're watching YouTube, Facebook, those same products are being shown right in our faces. Okay? Eligible users might get up to $20 per Siri-enabled device they own during the class period, with millions possible qualifying. Siri-enabled device include your earpiece and your iWatches also, okay? But relax. It is, the keyword is up to $20, okay? It could be $1 to $20, it could be $0 to $20, it's up to $20. It's not $20 per device, okay? Because if it's $20 per device and the class action period is over 10 years, wow, okay. Apple denied any wrongdoing but agreed to the settlement. Okay, interesting. If you're worrying, oh no, how is Apple gonna pay this $95 million settlement? Well, guess what? For Apple, this $95 million is equivalent to roughly 9 hours of profit based on their latest fiscal year's net income. What? Oh my god. Not 9 weeks, you know? Not 9 weeks of revenue. Not 9 days. 9 hours. Not income, but profit. 9 hours of profit generated them on average $95 million. Apple? Oh my god. Okay, finally, if we are wondering, is there a similar class action lawsuit for Android? Yes, there is one. There is a similar ongoing lawsuit against Google's voice assistant in the same judicial district. And you guessed it, the plaintiffs are represented by the same law firm as Apple's one. Still in the USA, Illinois, USA, trigger warning. 11 teenage boys in Illinois, 10 age 17, 1 age 16, okay, have been charged with felonies including aggravated battery, mob action, and criminal damage to property for allegedly using an online dating app to lure and assault men. Yeah, one of the 17-year-old faces additional charges for 2 counts of a hate crime due to the use of a racial slur and another derogatory term during the incidents. The suspects turned themselves in between November 11 and November 20th, 2024 and were taken to the Cook County Juvenile Detention Center in Chicago. Why are these 11 teenagers so free and so bored that they decide to lure men to assault them? What were their motivations? They were just reportedly influenced by a viral social media trend to carry out these acts. Maybe that's why the USA wants to ban TikTok this month. Anyway, the police chief emphasized the need for parents to discuss the dangers of social media trends with their children. Either do that or just ban TikTok. The incidents involves 2 separate attacks. The first on July 8, 2024, involving a 41-year-old man who was assaulted and had his vehicle damaged in a 7-Eleven parking lot. Okay, so the man thought that he was meeting a date that he just met on an online dating app at the 7-Eleven, okay? But apparently not. He was ganged up by these 11 teenage boys. The second incident happened at 9:54 p.m. on the same day, involving a 23-year-old man who was similarly assaulted with his vehicle's tires slashed. Wow. So it's 2 separate attacks on the same day at the same location involving 2 different men. Wow, okay. Police used video surveillance from the 7-Eleven to identify the suspects. Both victims managed to drive away from the scene, with one stopping after realizing his tires were slashed and seeking help from nearby residents. Wow, okay. The dangers of online dating apps, I guess, besides the dangers of getting catfish, now you can get catfished by a gang of 11 teenage boys. We're in Asia right now, in Vietnam, Hanoi, where Hanoi is now the #1 ranked world's most polluted cities due to recent thick smog, okay? The level of PM 2.5 particles in Hanoi reached 266 micrograms per cubic meter, which is extremely high. I'm not sure what is the average should be, but 266 micrograms per cubic meter, that sounds high. The main sources of pollution are heavy traffic, burning of trash, and industrial activities. Both the elderly and young are affected, and with complaints about respiratory issues and visibility due to the smog. The government is promoting the use of electric vehicles to combat pollution, and there's plans to have at least 50% of buses and 100% of taxis in Hanoi be electric by 2030. Wow, that's only 6 years away. The deputy PM emphasized the government's responsibility to act quickly and decisively on this issue. If you're visiting Hanoi or you are living in Hanoi, I suggest we wear our face mask daily. We're back home in Singapore, where we featured the story of the Waterloo Street Kwan Temple before, and now we are talking about the temple's visitors nearby. Okay, so a man with physical disabilities, including a 7 cm tumor on his jaw and legs of different lengths, was arrested for begging near the Kwan Temple on Waterloo Street on New Year's Eve, December 31st, okay? He was selling tissues but primarily received donations without giving anything in return, collecting about $50 in 10 minutes. You might be thinking right now, I frequent that area, I've been to the area before, and there are a lot of people asking for help, asking for alms. So what's wrong? You know, what's wrong is that this man is not a resident of Singapore. He's probably here in Singapore on either a tourist visa or, you know. So a passerby, Mr. Teng, recognized the man as a foreigner and alerted the police, expressing concern about distinguishing between local and foreign beggars. Yeah, so Mr. Teng is trying to protect the local community that is seeking for help, you know, whereas this man here, he's probably in Singapore on a tourist visa, okay? Probably not a resident of Singapore. The police arrived and questioned the man for about half an hour, confirming his foreign status with a Chinese passport, and arrested him under the Immigration Act as a prohibited immigrant, okay? For legal context, okay, people are still thinking, why? Is he not allowed to beg because he is a tourist or what? The man was arrested under laws that include provisions for arresting foreign vagrants or habitual beggars, those unable to support themselves, or individuals with certain health conditions or criminal records. Residents in the area also noted frequent presence of new unfamiliar faces begging, particularly on significant lunar calendar days, suggesting a recurring issue affecting local vendors. So police investigations are still ongoing, and there are concerns about illegal begging by foreigners in Singapore. The last story of the day in Singapore, a 35-year-old Malaysian, Nai, was sentenced to over 4 years in prison for credit card fraud involving the purchase of more than 65,000 Singapore dollars in Universal Studios Singapore tickets, okay? He pleaded guilty to 17 charges of cheating, with an additional 46 charges taken into account during sentencing. So the way this fraud works is that between September and October 2024, Nai acted as a middleman, okay? He would travel from Malaysia to Singapore and arrive at USS, Universal Studios Singapore, and he will buy USS tickets using tokenized credit cards sent to his Apple Pay, okay, by an individual named Tashem, okay, through a Telegram group. If any payments were rejected, he would receive a new tokenized credit cards. So Nai himself already suspected at this point that maybe these card details were obtained illicitly, okay? Nai, for his trouble to execute these purchases, collecting these physical tickets, received around 6,000 ringgit payment from Tasheng for each trip, okay? That is about 1,300 USD for each trip. The transactions involved nearly 800 USS tickets, and Nai was aware that the credit card details he used were likely obtained illegally. The court emphasized the complexity and coordination of this fraud, noting its international aspect as an aggravating factor. Nai expressed remorse in court. He has no legal representation and cited personal hardships for him, like family health issues and financial struggles, as reasons for his involvement. He requested a lighter sentence, saying that his wife is now alone to take care of his 2 children in Malaysia. But the judge found the prosecution's suggested sentence fair, given the severity and number of charges. Cheating in Singapore can lead up to 10 years in jail and a fine, with potential for double punishment if charges are amalgamated.